Chapter number 6, Fund Distribution and Channel Management Practices. After studying this chapter, we will be able to understand the role and importance of the mutual fund distributors, different kinds of mutual fund distributors, mode of distribution, prerequisite to become a mutual fund distributor, revenue of a mutual fund distributor, commission disclosure mandated by SEBI, due diligence process by AMCs for distributors of mutual fund, nomination facilities for mutual fund distributors, change of distributors. Now let us discuss about the role and importance of the mutual fund distributors. An investor needs to invest the money in a portfolio of various investment options to achieve the financial goals. This process of building a portfolio could be achieved with the help of selection of a basket of mutual fund schemes. However, one may still need help in constructing a portfolio with the help of an expert. This expert could be a mutual fund distributor. Now we can see in the chart that there are two professionals have been shown between the investor and her investment portfolio, viz. A mutual fund distributor and a fund manager. This fund manager could be a mutual fund manager managing a mutual fund portfolio in line with the scheme's investment objectives as discussed earlier. The fund manager analyzes various inputs and data points, including the company specific or industry specific information and economy wide factors. The analysis may include about the liquidity aspects in the market and the mood of the market participants. After such a detailed analysis, the fund manager constructs a portfolio of securities in line with the stated objective of the mutual fund scheme. On the other hand, the mutual fund distributor's job is to assess the needs, limitations, resources, and financial goals of the investor. This analysis would help the mutual fund distributor arrive at a suitable asset plan for the investor. Armed with this, the distributor then goes on to identify mutual fund schemes which are appropriate for the investor in the given situation. Look at this in another way. The mutual fund distributor analyzes the situation of the investor, whereas the fund manager analyzes the market factors. Both the professionals play important roles in helping the investor achieve one's financial goals. Next, different kinds of mutual fund distributors. Mutual funds are distributed in India to the investors through multiple channels, viz. Individual mutual fund distributors, bank branches, national distributors through their branches or their sub-agents, post offices, and directly by the AMCs. While the category of distributors is also varied, the platforms used are also many. Individual players. India has a long history of distribution of financial products through individuals. Both Life Insurance Corporation of India Limited LIC and UTI of India UTI depended on a huge forces of individual agents. Individuals operated single-handedly without any staff or skeleton staff, mainly to handle the paperwork. Even today, this is a very large part of distribution link between the asset management companies and the investors. Quite a few new mutual fund distributors start their business this way single-handedly as individuals. Later, some of them expand and grow into large entities. While the former is known as the individual channel, the rest can be called the non-individual channel. The traditional non-institutional channels operate through different business models. This could be as under: through their own branch offices and employees, or through a network of sub-agents. Non-individual entities. Non-individual entities include partnerships, regional distributors, national distributors, NBFCs, banks, stockbrokers, etc. Out of this, the distribution companies and banks are sometimes referred as institutional distributors. In both cases, the investor is serviced by an individual, be it an employee of the firm or a sub-agent. However, the difference lies in the operations of the firm and its cost structure. The former incurs fixed expenses of running the large operations, whereas the latter have higher variable costs. The employers earn through salary, whereas the sub-agents earn a commission which is linked to the business generated. Within the non-individual distributors, there are different business models. Banks. Banks have emerged as a prominent channel for the distribution of mutual fund products to their account holders. Banks employ different business units catering to different client segments, viz. Retail banking and wealth management, or priority banking or private banking. The categorization is based on the wealth of the clients or the surplus available for investment in the financial assets. Mutual funds have been built relationships with the PSU banks that have a wide reach in non-urban centers to distribute mutual fund products through them. Also, private and foreign banks actively participate in the distribution process of mutual fund products. Many others like stockbrokers and NBFCs also use a similar classification between retail clients and wealthy clients. While some NBFCs and stockbrokers reach out to service their clients through their own employees, some have empaneled sub-agents. One may also call it an agency channel. These sub-agents are not employees of the firm but purely work as an extended distribution arm. Now, what are NBFCs? NBFCs means non-banking financial companies. Example is Bajaj Finance. While the banks and NBFCs may operate at the national level, there could be some other firms that only distribute financial products. Some of these firms may have a national presence, while some others may operate within a region. These are often referred to as national distributors or regional distributors in the mutual fund industry. Some new players have entered the fray of late. These are the e-commerce platforms and few other online distributors that also distribute mutual fund schemes. These players operate through the internet without having a physical office for the clients to visit. SEBI has provided the guidelines for execution-only platforms (EOP) relevant for digital or online platforms. Example is Grow. Modes of distribution. Traditionally, all the financial products were distributed through use of application forms printed on papers. This process involves carrying physical forms to the client's place and then depositing those forms at the respective official points of acceptance. With the advent of the internet and mobile phones, the distribution channels shifted to digital mode. Many distributors and their investors still prefer the paper mode, whereas the new age internet-based businesses, viz. E-commerce platforms and online distributors operate entirely through the digital mode. On the other hand, there are few that employ a hybrid mode where some transactions takes place digitally, some others happen physically. The different models of online distributions are 1. Online channel partners. The distributors are able to expand their business beyond geographical boundaries. Investors also prefer to transact through the internet rather than the cumbersome paperwork and dependence on the distributors. A few distributors offer transaction support through their own websites. 2. Stock exchange platforms. SEBI has facilitated buying and selling of the units of the open-ended mutual funds through the stock exchanges. AMCs are required to list the units to close-ended and interval schemes on the stock exchanges, and the units of the ETFs are also bought and sold in the stock exchange. Both National Stock Exchange (NSE) and Bombay Stock Exchange (BSE) have extended their traditional platforms to help the stock exchange brokers to become a channel for investors to transact in mutual fund units. NSA platform is called NMF2 platform. BSE's platform is the BSE Star Mutual Funds platform. NF2 platforms of NSE has two versions, one for trading members and one for distributors. All trading members of the stock exchange who have registered with AMFI as mutual fund distributor and have signed up with the respective mutual fund can offer transaction through this facility to their investors. The units can also be transacted on these platforms through clearing members of the stock exchange. Depository participants can process redemption requests only. SEBI, via its circular dated February 26, 2020, has allowed the investors to directly access the infrastructure of stock exchanges to purchase and redeem mutual fund units directly from the mutual fund or asset management companies. The beneficial part of this entire system is that apart from the normal purchase and sale of units, there is also the facility of undertaking a SIP, which is a very crucial way of investing for investors. STP and SWP transactions apart from a switch are also possible on the stock exchange. 3. MF Utilities. MF Utilities, that is MFU, is a transaction aggregating platform that connects investors, RTAs, distributors, banks, AMCs, and others. MFU facilitates the distributors with online access to submit investor transactions. This platform provides them with a single point from time stamping of transactions, document submission, paperless transaction facility, and login facility for their clients. Investors who register on MFU are allotted a common account number CAN under which all their mutual fund holdings are consolidated. Investors have to be KYC compliant to register for a CAN. If an investor is not already KYC compliant, then the MFU will facilitate KYC registration along with the allotment of CAN. The MFU offers a common transaction form to transact in multiple schemes across participating mutual funds using a single form. The form can be submitted through a mutual fund distributor or to a neutral point of service POS and others irrespective of the RTA servicing the mutual fund. MFU offers multiple modes of payments for investment through physical and electronic means. MFU allows a single payment for multiple subscriptions made under a single form. The existing mutual fund holding is mapped to the CAN based on PAN, holding patterns and other parameters. Investors can have multiple CANs based on the combination of holdings and mode of holding. Investors can also request online access through which they can submit transactions, view holdings, and lodge and track complaints. The bank and nomination details provided to the MFU at the time of registering for the CAN will override the information provided in the folios. 4. Computer-based and mobile-based apps offered by distributors. Apart from the above platforms and the websites of distributors, the transaction facilities are now available on mobile devices like smartphones, feature phones, and tablet computers. This makes it even more convenient than going to a website. These are through apps that are created by distributors in order to facilitate investments for their clients. These multiple channels make it easier for clients to transact in a simple manner. 5. Electronic platforms created by the AMCs. Apart from the above, various AMCs have also created their own facilities like web-based and mobile-based applications that facilitate various transactions. Many AMCs also offer transaction facilities through SMS and WhatsApp. When an investor uses these platforms, then they are dealing directly with the mutual fund. 6. New age investment platforms. The Indian investors have also seen the emergence of new age investment platforms. These are the technology based platforms that allows investors to invest in mutual funds apart from other areas like stocks, bonds, etc. One of the key features for these platforms is the simplicity of investment without the hassle of too much paperwork, plus its low cost. On many of these platforms, investor can buy direct plans of mutual funds too. These are available both through websites as well as apps, so it can also become simple to interact with. Examples of this include Grow, Kuvera, Paytm Money, Coin, etc. Now we will discuss what are the rules necessary to be followed to become a distributor. That is, prerequisites to become distributor of a mutual fund. SEBI has mandated mutual fund distributors, agents, or any persons employed or to be employed in the sale and or distribution of mutual fund products to have a valid certification from the National Institute of Securities Markets, that is NISM, by passing NISM-Series-V-A mutual fund distribution certification examination. In order to be eligible to sell or market mutual funds, the following are compulsory. Obtaining NISM certification. The individual needs to pass the NISM certification examination mandated by SEBI. And second, for persons who have attained the age of 50 years or who have at least 10 years of experience in the securities markets in the sale and or distribution of mutual funds products as of May 31st, 2010 can obtain the certification either by passing the NISM certification examination or qualifying for continuing professional education, that is CPE, by obtaining such classroom credits as may be specified by NISM from time to time. Know your distributor requirements. The process consists of document verification and biometric process. Self-attested copy. Self-attested copy of the PAN card and specific documents as the proof of address to be submitted along with the application form at the CAMS POS, that is Computer Age Management Services point of service. The original documents have to be presented for verification. Then comes biometric process. The biometric process consists of taking the impression of the index finger of the right hand of the ARN holder. This is done at the POS at the time of submission of documents, both for new registrations and the renewal of ARN. In case of non-individual distributors, the biometric process will be conducted on specified authorized person. An acknowledgement confirming the completion of KYD process is received from the CAMS POS. The existing ARN holder have to send the photocopy of the acknowledgement to all the AMCs with whom they are empaneled. Obtaining AMFI registration number, that is ARN number. After obtaining the certification and completing KYD requirements, the next stage is to register with AMFI. On registration, AMFI allots an AMFI registration number, ARN, individuals from the exempted category, that is who have attained the age of 50 years or have at least 10 years of experience as of May 31st, 2010, can obtain the ARN without passing the certifying examination, provided they have attended the prescribed CPE program. Minimum age of obtaining ARN is 18 years. Then the next process is the empanelment with AMCs. Armed with the ARN number, the distributor or the stock exchange broker can get empaneled with any number of AMCs. Institutions that are not into distribution of mutual funds need to register with AMFI. The employees of these institutions need to clear the NISM Series-V-A mutual fund distributors certification examination and obtain an employee unique identification number EUIN from the MFI. The intermediaries have to ensure that the employees quote the EUIN in the application form for their client's investment. There is no separate ARN required for these employees since they operate under the ARN of the institution that they are working for. Procedure for getting empaneled as a mutual fund distributor with AMC. This provides for basic details such as personal information of applicant, name of the person, age, trade name, contact information, ARN, PAN, income tax categories such as resident individual, company, non-resident individual, foreign company. Name and contact information of key people handling sales and operations. Business details such as office area, number of branches, number of employees, geographical area covered, years of experience, number of investors, number of agents, fund houses already empaneled in, size of AUM, etc. Bank details and preferences regarding direct credit of brokerage in the bank account. Preferences regarding receiving information from the AMC. Nominee. The applicant also needs to sign a declaration which provides for the following: correctness and completeness of information provided, that is, commitment to keep all transactional information confidential, commitment to abide by instructions given, as also statutory codes, guidelines and circulars, not to issue advertisement or publicity material other than that provided by the AMC or pre-approved by the AMC. Ensure that the risk factors are mentioned along with performance and other related information. Provide all the information and documents that the AMC may ask from time to time. Ensure that all employees who are engaged in selling or marketing of mutual funds have an EUIN. Undertake not to rebate commission back to investors or attract investors through the temptation of rebate, gifts, passback of commission, etc. Power to the AMCs to terminate the empanelment at any time. Some AMCs directly empanel only distributors who are likely to generate adequate business and request others to work under one or the other empaneled distributors. At times, AMC link the levels of commission to the volumes generated. In such cases, an agent might find it beneficial to work under an established distributor. Revenue for a mutual fund distributor. The mutual fund distributor earns revenue in the form of commission income for the distribution of the mutual fund products or schemes. The commission may be linked to either the transaction or to the assets under management. Transaction linked commission. 1. Commission accrues at the time of transaction. When an individual transacts on the stock exchange through a stockbroker to buy or sell a stock, the individual pays the brokerage commission to the broker. This is the example of transaction linked commission. Second, the transaction based payment would largely be paid in one shot. Second, asset under management. 1. AUM linked commission is payable on an ongoing basis so long as the investor remains invested. Second, on the other hand, the income to the asset management company accrues in the form of a percentage to the assets under management. Third, the AUM linked commission would be payable over a period and hence the commission would be payable periodically. Fourth, at the same time, there could be some arrangements wherein the AUM based commission is upfronted, which means the expected future AUM based commission for a certain period may be paid upfront at the time of purchase. Now we will understand how the revenue is earned by the mutual fund distributor. Revenue for a mutual fund distributor. The mutual fund distributor earns revenue in the form of commission income for the distribution of the mutual fund products or schemes. The commission may be linked to either the transaction or to the assets under management. The mutual fund distributor could earn income in both ways, that is upfront and AUM linked commission in earlier days. However, now the only way a distributor can earn commission income is in the form of trail commission, which is payable as a percentage of assets under management. As per the SEBI circular dated October 2018, AMC shall adopt the full trail model of commission in all schemes without payment of any upfront commission or upfronting of any trail commission, directly or indirectly, in cash or kind, through sponsorships or any other route. However, upfronting of trail commission is allowed only in case of inflows through systematic investment plans, that is SIPs, of up to rupees 3,000 per month for an investor investing in mutual fund schemes for the first time. This carve out means upfronting of trail commission, payment of expected future trail commission upfront at the time of transaction based on SIP inflows shall be up to 1% payable yearly in advance for a maximum period of 3 years. The need for carve-out would be reviewed by SEBI as and when required, and in case of misuse of carved-out for SIPs, the same would be discontinued and appropriate action would be taken against the errant participants. The following carve-out to be implemented by the AMCs. The upfronting of trail commission is applicable for SIP of rupees up to 3,000 per month per the scheme for an investor who is investing for the first time in the mutual fund schemes. For a new investor, as identified above, only the first SIPs purchased by the individual investors shall be eligible for upfronting. In this regard, if multiple SIPs are purchased on different dates, the SIPs in respect for which the installment starts on the earliest date shall be considered for upfronting. The upfront trail commission to be paid from AMC's books. The said commission to be amortized on daily basis to the scheme over the period for which the payment has been made. A complete audit trail of upfronting of trail commissions from the AMC's books and amortization of the same to the schemes thereafter to be made available for inspection. The said commission will be charged to the scheme as commissions and should also account for computing the TER differential between regular and direct plans in each scheme. The commission is paid to be recovered on a pro rata basis from the distributors if the SIP is not continued for the period for which the commission is paid. Now let us understand what is trail commission. Trail commission is calculated as a percentage of the net assets attributable to the units sold by the distributor. The commission payable is calculated on a daily basis and paid out periodically to the distributor as per the agreement entered into with AMC. The trail commission is normally paid by the AMC on a quarterly basis or monthly basis. Since it is calculated on net assets, distributors benefit from increase in net assets arising out of valuation gains in the market. Example of upfronting of trail commission. See, the formula is given how to calculate the trail commission. Trail commission for the day is equal to AUM multiplied by trail commission rate per annum divided by 365 days. See the example how to calculate the trail commission. Suppose the investment amount is rupees 10 lakhs. The rate of commission is 1%. So how to calculate the trail commission for a year? Trail commission for a year is equal to 10 lakhs multiplied by 1% is equal to rupees 10,000. So you will receive 10,000 per year. Now you have to calculate per day what is the commission. So trail commission for a day is equal to 10,000 divided by 365 is equal to rupees 27.397. trail for a year is divided by the number of days in a year, because there is a leap year, so you have to consider that particular year as 366. Trail commission for July payable in August 2019 is equal to rupees 27.397 into 31. There are 31 days in July, hence the trail commission amount is multiplied by 31 is equal to rupees 849.31. Such example may come in exam. You have to understand and put the formula and put all the values according to the formula and calculate the trail commission. A point to note is that the commission is payable to the distributors to mobilize money from their clients. Hence, no commission is payable to the distributor for their own investment, that is self-business. Smart distributors have accumulated a portfolio of loyal investors to whom they offer superior service. The trail commission on these investments ensures a steadily rising income for the distributor. Additional investments from the same investors and other investors referred by the current investors help them to grow their portfolio. Additional commission for promoting mutual funds in small towns. With a view to promoting mutual funds in smaller towns, SEBI has allowed mutual funds to charge additional expenses which can be used for distribution related expenses, including distributor commission. The distributors mobilizing funds from investors located in B30 locations, cities and towns beyond the top 30 locations would earn higher commission. Transaction charges. SEBI has allowed a transaction charge per subscription of rupees 10,000 and above to be paid to a distributor of the mutual fund products. Type of investor. Suppose the investor is investing for the first time and his amount is 10,000 rupees, then the transaction charge is rupees 150. An investor other than first time mutual fund investor, then if the transaction amount is rupees 10,000, then the transaction charges is rupees 100 to be paid to the distributor. For example, for an investment of rupees 25,000 at NAV of rupees 43.21 came from the first time mutual fund investor, then the transaction charge would be deductible at rupees 150 in case the number of units allotted would be rupees 25,000 minus rupees 150 divided by 43.21 will come out as 575.098. So the amount which is deducted will be counted for the calculation of the units to be allotted. However, transaction charges will not be deducted for the following: purchase or subscription submitted by the investor at designated collection centers or through AMC's website and which are not routed through any distributor. Purchase or subscription through a distributor for an amount less than rupees 10,000. Transactions such as switches, STP, that is all such transactions wherein there is no additional cash flow at the mutual fund level, similar to purchase or subscription. Purchase or subscription through any stock exchange. Distributors who have chosen the opt-out option, that is decided not to charge transaction charges based on type of the product, example, they can decide not to charge it for debt schemes. However, the opt-out shall be at the distributor level and not investor level. That is, a distributor cannot charge one investor and choose not to charge another investor. Transactions such as redemptions and SWPs, that is, all such transactions involving cash outflows from mutual funds. Provision of opt-in and opt-out. GST. A mutual fund distributor has registered and obtained a GST number would be required to raise an invoice for the commission and pay the GST to government. Commission disclosure mandated by SEBI. SEBI has mandated mutual funds or AMCs to disclose on their respective websites the total commission and expenses paid to distributors who satisfy one or more of the following conditions with respect to non-institutional, retail and HNI investors. First, multiple points of presence. more than 20 locations. Second, AUM raised over rupees 100 crores across the industry in the non-institutional category but including high net worth individuals, that is HNIs. Third, the commission received of over rupees 1 crore per annum across industry. Fourth, the commission received of over rupees 50 lakhs from a single mutual fund or AMC. So this is a very important question which comes in exams. So these 4 points are to be understood properly. Mutual funds or AMCs are required to submit the above data to AMFI, and consolidated data with respect to the same will be disclosed on the AMFI website. So if any broker or a distributor satisfies any of the 4 conditions, then the AMC has to publish on the website. Due diligence process by AMCs for distributors of mutual funds. SEBI has mandated AMCs to put in place a due diligence process to regulate distributors who satisfy any of the following criteria. This criteria are saying at the time of empaneling distributors and during the period, that is review process, mutual funds or AMCs have to undertake a due diligence process to satisfy fit and proper criteria that incorporate amongst others the following factors: A. Business model, experience and proficiency in the business, record of regulatory statutory levies, fines and penalties, legal suits, customer compensations made, causes for this and resultant corrective actions taken. C. Review of associates and subsidiaries on the above factor. D. Organizational controls to ensure the following processes are delinked from sales and relationship management processes and personnel. That is customer risk or investment objective evaluation and mutual fund scheme evaluation and defining its appropriateness to various customer risk categories. Now let us understand what is the difference between distributors and investment advisor. An investment advisor means any person who, for consideration, is engaged in the business of providing investment advice to clients or other persons or group of persons, and includes any person who holds out himself as an investment advisor by whatever name called. It excludes any distributor of mutual funds who is registered with an association of asset management companies of mutual funds, providing any investment advice to its clients incidental to its primary activity. So, a distributor cannot call themselves as an investment advisor. Further, an investment advisor cannot earn both from advisory as well as distribution commission. So, this needs to be known as both the activities need to be separated. Next, nomination facilities to agents, that is distributors, and payment of commission to the nominee. AMCs provide nomination facility to the mutual fund distributors at the time of empanelment. The AMCs may require the legal heirs to produce necessary documents evidencing legal heirship or succession where nomination is not registered. Such commission shall be payable till such time the ARN code of the deceased agent or distributor is not changed by the investor. However, no new business is permitted under the ARN code of the deceased MFD. Also, no new systematic transactions or changes to existing systematic transactions can be registered under the ARN code of the deceased mutual fund distributor. Change of distributor. Investors can choose to change the distributor or go direct. This needs to be done through a written request by the investor. In such cases, AMCs will need to comply without insisting on any kind of no objection certificate from the existing distributor.